Hello. We're here.
Hello.
Please tell me that was the first thing that was on.
No, unfortunately not.
Oh.
It just missed it. Just missed it. But that's okay. I'm sure we'll have
Like on Critical Role when they yell stuff at the DM beforehand.
Yeah. Yeah.
All I want is a butt for Christmas.
Well, that you did on purpose.
I feel like they would. I feel like there would be intrigue because they said that they didn't hear it, and I feel like they deserve to know.
Oh, my ears are wonky.
Welcome to session 2 of Phixius Titans.
No,
It's new shit.
We're here.
Similar faces.
Yee.
And other shit. Our first sponsor tonight is Canadian Dice. You can go to canadiandice.ca, use the code TheVactaire at checkout, all one word, to get 15% off your order. Maggie, what's your dice pick of the week?
Curse of Strahd.
Ooh. Why?
Because so there was this really cool campaign that you could go and watch back. It was called Moira's Coursers.
Moria's Coursers.
I have bad word speech.
That's okay.
Moira's Coursers.
Moria. Like,
Moira's Coursers.
sure.
I get more and more Brooklyn every
As in
time.
Lord of the Rings, Moira?
No.
And Moira is involved in the Candela Obscura game that's going on Monday. She's our Lightbringer or whatever the fuck.
Keeper.
Lightkeeper. I did this pitch really good.
You did such a great job. I'm super
Also,
proud of you.
Guess what these dice look like? They're
What do
sharp
they
edge,
look like?
and they're like red and black, and they have like silver sparkles in them and gold lettering, but like the silver sparkles almost shine like a slight green. Like it looks really cool. Like if you had these, you would be like looking at them for hours, like under different light, like a cat. You would just be like, "This is a reenactment." Like Canadian Dice is not responsible for any time lost due to ADHD.
Also, don't eat them.
Fair.
Our second announcement, we are partnering with Monument Studios. Wow, that was a word. Their Kickstarter has launched as of the 20th of this month, and they have already met and exceeded their original goal. They've started unlocking stretch goals, which includes a Discord integration. So if you are streamers like us and use Discord as your main video and audio, you can integrate Fantasy Plus directly into it, which is amazing. So going forward, all of the Vactaire's music and Foley and whatnot. Generally speaking, there are some things that we don't have, like my favorite fart noise. But it's all going to be provided by Fantasy Plus from Monument Studios. So go check them out at their Kickstarter. Just if you're not on Twitch, you haven't seen the link, go to Google Kickstarter Monument Studios. It'll be like within the first one or two results. So you should do that because it's awesome, and they have over 5,000 audio files. So you will find what you're looking for. They might have a fart even, but I don't know because I haven't looked all the way through because it's 5,000 pieces of audio. So it's taken a minute.
A lot.
Yeah.
I may have spent way too much time editing the first episode of Phixius with audio and stuff.
Yes.
Nice.
Because I was playing around with it.
Mm-hmm.
I listened to all the samples on their Kickstarter, and they're pretty great.
They are really good, and they
They're
are
really good.
Copyright free, royalty free, good for content creators, for streamers like us, or if you just want to use them in your home games, because there's lots of great stuff there. So you should do the thing. What else we got? We are approaching September very, very fast because apparently, fuck.
I read somewhere that there's 13 Fridays until Halloween, and I panicked.
Oh, God.
Why'd you tell me that? No!
I'm like, oh god.
I got one shot to right.
So the reason we're saying 13-day Fridays until Halloween is because we're doing Spooktober again this year. Spooktober is it's become an annual event that we do where we run a bunch of one-shots, have a bunch of guest GMs and guest players, new faces, new game systems. Sometimes they're even created by people. They're brand new, have never been seen before. And we raise money for Extra Life, which is an organization that raises money for pediatrics across Canada and the US, giving them support for, really, really important tests and surgeries and whatever, but also to give them something to do. They often outfit like the playrooms, the day rooms for patients that are in long-term so that they can have like video games and whatnot, just something to pass the time between appointments and surgeries. So if you would like to play or you want to DM for us, it would be really, really awesome. You can reach out to us in Discord, Instagram, on email. You can also fill out our RPG consent form at tinyurl.com/vacplayer, and we'll reach out to you if you have social anxiety and don't want to be the first to reach out. I get it. I get
You have until next week, Saturday, to tell me if you want to run something.
Oh, that's the cutoff. You heard it here first.
Yep. And then I have to start doing the schedule, so.
Gotcha. We've already got a couple games that are either full or mostly full. So if you want to play, you got to let us know. If you want to run, you got to let us know. Let's see. What do we got? Scheduling wise, Saturday, we've got Backpacker's Guide tomorrow at 7. And you two are talking about one-page RPGs. So I'm assuming that's like Honey Heist, the Raccoon one.
Crash Pandas, yeah.
Crash Pandas.
Are we gonna do Cracker Barrel Has Fallen?
That's
What?
another one.
No,
Really?
I don't have that one. I don't have the PDF for that one.
Oh, it looks
Otherwise,
so
we
Not your
would.
problem, though. We'll talk about that probably.
There's other ones.
Similarly organized. Little short ones with not too many rules.
Real quick to
Or
get
back.
into, great if you've never played a tabletop game before. You pretty much just roll the dice a couple times to create your character, and then you jump right into it. No stats, no nothing. You need a D6 or maybe a D12, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Monday, we're back with Mistwalkers at 8:30. I'm sorry we missed this past week. I felt like shit. So we didn't play.
Buddy.
Scent migraines are fun.
A reason?
What's that?
Vent migraines?
Yeah.
Oh, what does that do?
It's like if you smell something
smell.
and it sets your migraine off.
Oh.
Yeah, I get those.
Yeah.
yeah.
I've had them for the last few years, and I miss smelling good. I just smell like person now
I'm usually okay, but it was a lot of scents,
at once.
conflicting scents, and my head just couldn't take
Yeah.
it. So,
No.
You were losing your heart,
Yuck.
losing your mind. You wish somebody would tell you you were fine.
yes. Anyway, so I feel better, which is great. We'll play again on Monday. If you didn't pay or you didn't tune in for our last session of Mistwalkers, not obviously this week because I was sick, but the week before, we've done a code shift. We're in the Candela Obscura universe now because I hate myself. Tuesday, Cedar is over on DM Jeremy's at 8 o'clock for Into the Weird West, which is a Deadlands game. So if you're into Cedar sounding like Arthur Morgan,
They don't sound like Arthur Morgan at all.
okay, never mind.
They're playing a female character.
Oh,
It's very confusing, and I like it.
I'm here for it. I love when
Yeah.
Cedar code shifts.
Yep. It's great.
Awesome. And as always, you can get our podcasts wherever you download your podcasts from. Find one. We're there, probably. Whatever. Bananas.
Bananas.
Woo!
Oh, you Artemis.
Anyways,
That was a little more than 2
right.
seconds. Sorry.
it's fine. Okay, so last session was session 1, obviously. We met all of our new characters. Everybody sort of introduced themselves, got to know their surroundings a little bit. You were introduced to the merchant house that you'll be working for the, foreseeable future. Introduced to the middle son who is in charge of the shipping in the household and all of that sort of things. You took a job looking for a missing dog to earn some gold and lured him out with bacon. There was a lot of bacon. And
It worked.
it did work. It did work. Because bacon talks, apparently. That needs to be on a t-shirt, Affy. It's like one of those big anime bacon slices, and it just needs to say bacon talks. Hi, Shuri.
All dogs speak bacon.
Yes, all dogs speak bacon. And you were also jumped by 3 members of Storm's Call, which is a gang in the Gatestone Ward. You killed all 3 of them, dumped their bodies in the sewer after going through their pockets. And we had left off with you returning Fen, who is the dog, to Amari at the merchant house. And you found out that it was actually his older sister's dog that was missing.
Where did you put your freaking face?
Sorry. What did she get into?
No, I just looked and she's got like white crap all over her face.
Well,
Oh,
she's a
no.
black cat, so it shows up really well. So
I don't know.
she just says drugs, Mom. Drugs.
Drugs.
Yes, drugs.
Drugs.
Okay. So you have returned to the bunkhouse. It's getting to be about an hour or so before sunset. And you know that there is a chef that has been hired that works here or something like that. And they come in every night at sunset to make dinner. So they should be arriving soon. You did have some bacon cooking on the
Yes.
slow roaster when you left. But you return now to the bunkhouse. What would you like to do?
Well, we're gonna get that bacon, you know.
And eat it for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Should
Maple
be
glaze.
by
Like
now.
10
Probably.
episodes to get used to your accents.
That's okay because
Probably
we're still
maple
trying to
glazed.
get used to them ourselves.
I know.
I need to watch Drop Dead Gorgeous again. I think I need it.
At this point, I'm just gonna go Bob and Doug McKenzie, but female.
There you go.
G'day, eh?
Fine.
Dinner,
Okay,
anyone?
So you, well, Worm for sure. You go to the dining area of the bunkhouse and find your bacon.
Yes.
And it's just about done now, actually.
gonna dump
You
some
had
maple syrup all over it.
Yes.
Let that
Maple glazed.
Yeah, but like let it get all kind of like sugared and then like at the top of a creme brulee. That's what it's gonna be like, but maple.
Just a little
Yeah.
burnt round the edges.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
okay.
I have to say that sounds
Crunch.
delicious.
Oh, it is.
Candied bacon, don't you know?
Oh.
So as you're hanging out, celebrating your win with bacon, you hear the front door open up, and footsteps down the little hallway, and a man walks around the corner into the dining area that you're sitting in, and you see a male dark elf with sort of short cropped white hair, and he was wearing a hood against the rain because it had been storming for most of the day, and he lowers it and sees all of you and looks a little confused for a second, sees the bacon. Did you get started without me?
I don't know who you think you are, but this is ours.
He kind of stands. Where'd my notes go? Oh my god, I lost my notes. Okay, got him.
Is this
He kind of stands and looks at you and he says, "I'm Topher Vitani. I'm the cook. What are you doing in my kitchen?"
He's a drow elf. Is he hot?
He is a drow. Yes, he's a drow.
Well, you see, you needed like a good couple hours for this, and it wasn't started, so, you know. Also, it's mine.
Okay then. I take it that you like bacon.
Just a wee bit, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Affy, your mic is popping when you talk, by the way.
I would love to help you, but Shuri is on my mouse.
Sherry, damn it. Your mom's busy.
Now,
He
believe.
takes his cloak off and he hangs it up on a peg behind the bar, and sets about like he's getting ingredients out and things like that, and like as he's working on this, he says, "Well, I'd planned to make some pot roast with," and you see he takes from like the basket that he had brought in with him. There he pulls out like a roast that is mostly done. It just needs to be like warmed up and stuff.
Oh, I see.
He's like, "Well, if you don't want any, I'm sure some of the others will when they get back."
Why'd you
And-
cook it somewhere else?
Like, you can't just cook a pot roast in a little while, and I had other things to do, so I took it with me back to my place.
Seems very sensible to me.
I'd like to make an insight check to see if this pot roast is poisoned.
Make an insight check.
Okay,
I'd like to poison the pot roast. Just kidding.
let's see here.
Am I also here, by the way, or did we split off when I?
Yeah, you're here.
No, we're all here, aren't we?
I've
11.
been here the whole time.
11.
Hmm.
You have no idea.
Well, maybe I'll just try it and see. See if
Okay.
you're any good.
Don't
at
ruin
this.
your dinner with pot roast.
I mean, look, I need protein. I'll have a little bit of everything.
That hurts, Reese. It really
I'll
hurts.
flex.
Like right here.
Do you? Have
I'm just gonna
heartburn?
sample the wares.
This
that
is
why it
fine.
hurts?
What?
Do you have heartburn? Is that why it hurts?
What?
No.
You said it was hurting you right here. The food.
Emotionally.
I'm sorry, I cannot relate to either sentiment.
You've never had heartburn?
Not that I can remember. I mean, I told you earlier I don't exactly eat.
It's the payback for the payoff. Part of living.
Ophelia slow blinks. Just
Okay.
up close. Make my eyelids work.
Just physically move your.
Yeah. My face isn't very expressive.
Is that just going to be like the running gag between all the Phixius games is somebody who doesn't blink?
Uh-huh.
Sure.
Yeah, Ophelia purposely blinks slowly. No, I told you earlier I don't eat, though I am invested in making this cold pocket and hot pocket for bacon.
It's important work you're
Great.
doing.
It is. I'm hoping that after our next job, I'll have enough for materials.
Okay.
I already asked for scrap here, so I am not getting any freebies, unfortunately.
Well, we did get a fair bit of money for rescuing the pupper.
Yes.
Was it enough?
I don't know. Out of character, like, would I know how much stuff costs if I wanted to make a bacon, or I don't know, like, is there like a I know there's downtime crafting mechanics, but
You think that like you're probably gonna need like for materials and things like that. It's probably gonna be around 100 gold
for both of them or one?
for both of them.
For both of them, we got 3 gold each, right?
4.
4 gold each. Hold
I
on,
put it in. I like had distributed it already.
Okay, what's I had to use a calculator for that because I'm bad at math. We would need to do, if we are earning the same amount, approximately 24 more jobs for me to make both. If I were to make one of them, it would approximately be 13 jobs, because I believe if we do 12 and a half, we make no money.
What's the total amount you need?
Around 100 gold for both. Of course, I'm not factoring in labor because I am doing that myself out of the goodness of my own. I look down at my the boob window, but below that, like where you can see like there's like kind of like gems and like marble, like rocky stuff there, and I'm like, whatever's there. I assume a heart, but I unfortunately cannot see my insides, and I know that they are generally meant to stay there. So please.
Usually,
do not.
I mean, we could
Please
I mean-
do not.
look. Oh, okay.
It's everybody's passive perception.
Shite.
I
Yes,
prefer-
13.
Perception.
Why did my fantasy ground shut down?
What?
My fantasy grounds quit out.
I don't know.
Hold on. I can't see it. My passive perception, I believe, is 40.
Then I can pull it up.
Am I right, Artemis? It's a 40. We're playing now Pathfinder 1E.
I think mine's 11.
Your passive perception is 10. There, Ophelia.
Hey,
Hold on. Oh no, mine's 13 because my perception, I'm proficient.
Okay.
what's it like?
Where do I
So-
find my passive perception?
Main page of your character sheet
Rate it.
under
Yes.
senses. So it'll say
Oh,
if
yeah.
you have dark vision, whatever that is, and then at the end that's your passive.
Yeah. All right, 12.
Sorry, GM.
Okay. So, no, you're good. So you, basically everybody but Ophelia hear the front door open again very quietly, and then it shuts. And, you notice a figure walk past the doorway of the dining area, headed towards the back.
Where are you going?
The footsteps in the hallway stop, and then they a you see, like, kind of peeking around the corner, like, you can just barely see, like, Scooby-Dooing around the corner, what looks to be a pair of, like, glowing yellow eyes and a hood that's pulled very low. And they're just kind of looking at you.
It's a Jawa.
Yes.
Hi.
Except for this is, like, 6.5 feet tall.
It's a really tall Jawa. I step in behind Riz and regret my decisions.
I am oblivious and hold my hand out to shake someone's hand.
So it's like
Hello?
they see your hand and they kind of like duck back for a second, and you hear Topher say, Knock, it's all right. Come on in. It's just a bunch of new bloods. And the face kind of peers around the corner again. And now that you can see the whole face, you see a Warforge. And they kind of peek around the corner.
I immediately pull out my Ram doll.
They kind of step around the corner, and you can see, so this Warforge is very narrowly built, and very tall, so about 6.5 feet tall. They have like a solid faceplate instead of like some you've seen are like segmented, some you've seen are like have the ability to move. This one looks like it is a solid faceplate. And like they look at you kind of curiously, and you can see as they step into like the light of the doorway, there is a bow and arrow strapped to their back.
Ooh.
And Topher says, Knock, this is New Bloods. New Bloods, this is Knock, one of our more seasoned members. And Knock sort of waves. And then begins, so you all notice that they don't talk, but they sign to you. They say, Hi, nice to meet you.
I go to hold your hand. Emily, what's your character's name?
Race.
Race, because Race keeps waving their hand.
I'm trying to shake their hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like once they see what you're doing and they realize that they reach out and shake your hand, and like their hand, like it dwarfs your hand. It like wraps around it. They have very long, spindly sort of fingers, more dexterous. Some of the Warforged you've seen, they only have 3 fingers. This one has 5, like a normal human hand would.
I'm trying to I start intercepting the handshake.
Gotta do the archery.
See, I told you, they're so big.
Oh my gosh, you're so tall.
Are we doing something right now? Like, are we doing the thing where you...
Eventually, Ophelia, they shake your hand too.
Do we understand
And
what they signed?
Yeah, it's common enough that you know, but you can see as they're talking to you, you can see that there is a wire that's hanging down that looks like it was either cut or something and just never repaired, and they sign. And then you hear another voice, like the door opens again, and you hear another voice, and this one sounds male presenting, and you hear something smells good in here. What's going on, Knock? And then like you see Knock sort of turns and looks down, like very much so down. And walking around the corner, you see a gnome male who sees all of you, stops, and goes, Oh, hey, New Blood. Nice to meet you. I'm Ham.
I feel
As opposed to bacon.
conflicted.
Your name is Conflicted.
No, I said I feel conflicted. Open your ears.
Okay. And then they look up at Knock and they're like, what's going on? And Knock looks down at them and signs, just saying hi to the new people. And then you can hear
Lily-
Topher says,
Lily
dinner will be
steps up
ready
to-
in a half an hour.
Lily steps up to Knock and offers her hand as well and says, hello, my name is Lily. I'm pleased to meet you, Knock. And then looks down and says, same with you, Ham.
Knock. I got a question for you.
Okay.
Do you know Ram?
No.
Oh,
Should I?
they're awesome.
Who is Ram?
You know Ebb and Break?
You see the kind of like the city?
Yeah.
Yes.
They were part of the group that saved it. And the king and queen.
Like you see Knock kind of tilts their head kind of like a puppy and then looks down at Ham, who looks up at them and goes, there was some real bad business over across the Jade Sea a couple of years ago. Well, like 2 decades ago now. And Knock goes, oh, I'm new.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't sure. She said that sometimes there's a collective in her head.
Yeah.
Wasn't sure if maybe crossed wires. Paths.
I talked to the ones in the city.
Hmm. I don't know. I don't know where she's been all the time.
I don't know Ram. Sorry.
That's okay. It's really nice to meet you.
You too. What's your name?
Oh, I'm Worm.
Worm like a dirt worm?
No, with a Y.
Oh, okay. Nice to meet you, Worm.
Out of character, I would still love Worm if they were a worm.
But Worm is a worm.
A dirt worm, sorry.
A dirt worm.
We need to get an item that turns Worm into a worm for like 30 seconds.
When Knock is and Ham no longer like have their attention on us, I just kind of like whap Ray's arm. Like, you see that the Warforged, they're so cool.
You're so tall and like the
Oh.
grip is pretty good.
They're a newer model. Ram only had 3 fingers.
Oh.
But it looks like they were doing like bow and arrow stuff. Requires a little more.
Sure.
Ram just smashed things a lot.
Like me. Kinda.
Except
I'm
you have
worse.
5 fingers too.
Stabby stab, really.
Yeah. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you've got 2, so you got 10. 10 fingers.
Okay.
It's at this point that the gnome pipes up and says, I'm Gregory Hamhock, but you can call me Ham. Everybody calls me Ham. Nice to meet all of you. When did you start?
Today.
Today. Yes.
Brand new blood. Nice.
I assume you're not new blood then. Probably.
Oh no, Knock and I have been here for 3 years now.
Oh. Oh. Good food?
Amari.
Kind of look at the guy.
Yeah, Topher makes some of the best food in the city.
Right. Yes.
Well, that will keep my friends happy then.
But it's not candied bacon, eh?
Yep. Garnish the pot roast with the candied bacon. Or have it as
Bacon like
dessert.
that. Oh, there you go. Now you're on the trolley.
Mm-hmm. I think that's how we're gonna have to do it tonight. Yep.
Mm.
For sure.
Pot roast with a side of bacon and then bacon for dessert.
Yeah. Yep. Sounds good to me.
You would have the inside.
I sit down at a
as the
table and
side.
I'm like ready to eat already.
You hear Topher like you hear Topher at the bar say, I am making some roasted vegetables too, I promise.
Okay.
Vegetables.
I'm just like staring at Topher watching him cook. Like, what you got there?
He's very good at what he does. He's a very talented chef. Eventually Nock and Ham go to the other like room with the beds in it, and you can hear them in there. Either they're conversing. And then maybe so Topher said that dinner would be ready in about a half an hour. Maybe 10 minutes before that, you hear the front door open up again. And then it takes a very long time for the door to shut again. And you can hear sort of shuffling footsteps in the hallway. When walking around the corner, you see a very elderly half-orc female. With it's like a monocle, but it's on a band that can be moved from eye to eye. And she's hunched over and leaning heavily on a cane, and she stops and when she sees all of you and kind of looks up and she goes, "Oh, you must be the new blood. Hello, I'm Maester Vinelash.
How come
I work in the
everyone's so
greenhouse."
obsessed with our blood?
They're vampires.
Ah, shoot.
As far as I know, nobody's a vampire here.
Well, I mean, maybe Ophelia, since she doesn't eat or drink or sleep.
Oh, sure.
Lily goes straight across to her, being a half elf herself, and just introduces herself. My name is Lily. I'm a traveling healer. I'm just joining this interesting group, should we say?
She shakes your hand, and you hear from down by her feet a meow, and you all look down, and there is a very fluffy white cat with a mushed nose that is kind of winding around her feet.
Who's that?
She looks down, she goes, "Oh, this is Miyuki. She's my best friend."
Ophelia immediately wants to make the cat a similar suit to what they have. Like Dr. Shapiro style from the Iron Man comics. Who, if you don't know, is a cat that has I think he has multiple PhDs. I know he has at least one PhD, and he does have an Iron Man suit, basically.
So this is who you see. Again, elderly half-orc, she's got two sort of shorter tusks and golden colored eyes, white hair, and the band that has the monocle on it that can go back and forth. And she kind of wobbly goes over to one of the tables and sits down, and she says, "Well, it's nice to meet all of you. If you ever need anything, before you go out on your trips, come see me over in the greenhouse. I'll see what I've got cooking." Oh. And you all know that on the notice board, there was 2 notices, one for potions and then one for like ingredients, and they both were for her.
Lily goes across to her and says, I wonder if you could help me with something. I'm just wondering, are there any rules around goods and things that we might find while we're out doing the various tasks that we're being employed for? Is it a case of finders keepers, or are we supposed to submit
What do you mean goods?
Well, we, among other things, on the job that we did today, we found a scroll, which I've had a quick look at, and it is something that could be very useful to us, to me in particular.
Was the job to find the scroll?
No, the job was to find a dog.
Then you can keep the scroll.
Excellent. Thank you.
The only thing you need to bring back is the stuff listed on the job. Sometimes you can get bonuses if you bring back interesting things, as long as it's not stolen. And then she kind of like glances over and you see Ham just sort of like duck out of the room.
Okay. Yep. That makes perfect sense. Thank you. That resolves something. My friends, I've been looking at this scroll. It's clearly a magic scroll. To do with the bless spell, which I actually have access to. Would any of you object to me taking charge of it for the time being?
No,
Go for
I
it.
don't see a problem.
I do
Excellent.
not
Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Thank you, Ophelia. I appreciate that.
I appreciate you appreciating it.
And she takes the scroll that she'd had in a sort of hidden away in the front of her jacket and puts it properly in her backpack.
So to move something out of the party sheet into your inventory, you just drag it from the party sheet into your inventory.
Yeah.
And it's a scroll of bless, and it basically just gives you a free casting of bless.
Without the need for the holy water, which is very nice.
Yeah.
Very handy.
And it doesn't use a spell slot.
But yeah, so Topher continues to cook. Nock and Ham stay in the back sort of bunk area for the time being. You can hear them discussing road conditions at the moment. And the maester just sort of sits with all of you, and she's just kind of like, Miyuki jumps up next to her and pets her, like, and she pets her, and Miyuki like rubs all over her, and eventually Miyuki comes over by you guys across the table and asks, basically does the cat thing where it like sits there and stares at you until you pet it.
Oh no, a travesty.
Like Jersey.
Yeah.
Just sits there and like with that flat cat face, just like mean mugs you until you pet them.
It does not take long for me to pet the cat.
I was
Like,
talking,
Reaches
but I
out and starts
muted.
tickling it under the chin.
Oh no.
Do you
Gets it to do
you-
the thing.
Do you have to make a charisma saving throw? Or do they have the legendary action to just make you pet it?
I mean, if you really want to resist petting the cat, you can, but there's a cat here, so
I do not resist.
Oh,
if you're gonna be that kind of character.
Ophelia needs to warm up to animals, I feel. They're just kind of like sat, like you would notice Ophelia kind of scoots away.
That doesn't stop Miyuki at all. Like, Miyuki comes over and sits in front of you and just stares at you.
I stare at them back. And I'm like, what do I do?
You pet them.
Okay. I put up my hand out hesitantly, and like you can tell, Ophelia does not know how to pet a cat. Their animal handling. Let's see what their animal handling is, because Fantasy Grounds open again. They have a low wisdom. So their animal handling is 0. So like like they just like go like this, like flat, like on the head, like it's gentle, like they're very soft, but like that. Like they're like a basketball.
Yeah. You just pet. And Miyuki sits there for a while and like rubs up against your hand and does the big like where they arc their back really hard so that they can get the most pet. And
Ophelia
starts purring.
Is a quick learner. So they're like trying to figure out like an experiment, like what does this cat actually like how to pet the cat like in the most analytical way. Like
roll an animal handling check.
God.
Oh no.
Has everybody noticed that we have both the posture check and the hydrate?
Can I use? Hold on, I want to use.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
I'm going to use this ability.
Oh, I've only just noticed it.
I should not use it now, but I think it would be funny. It's called. I'm gonna pop it into the thing. It did not pop out properly. Why didn't the description come with it?
I don't know.
I feel like it should. I'll read it out loud though for stream and for everybody else because it didn't work properly. Knowledge from a past life. You temporarily remember a glimpse of your past, perhaps a faded memory from ages ago or a previous life. When you make an ability check that uses a skill, you can roll a d6 immediately after seeing the number on the d20. And add the number of the d6 to the check. You may use this feature a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus. And you regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. And do I have to declare that ahead of time, actually, or no? Doesn't say.
I think it's just before I tell you whether it passed or not. But okay, you rolled a 7,
I
so
if that's okay. You didn't tell me if it passed or not.
Yeah, go for it. Okay. Go ahead and add your d6.
Because Ophelia's a lesbian, and I imagine that in her previous marriage they had a cat.
Is that the quantifier?
So, what lesbian do you know that doesn't have a cat?
My cousin.
Oh fuck.
She has a dog.
What about the rest of them?
Okay, same shit though. Like they have an animal.
It's not a lap dog by any means. It's not small.
Does it think it's a lap dog?
Ginger's
Sometimes.
like 60 pounds and she constantly tries to sit on my lap.
Anyways, so with a 9, you vaguely remember a cat, like this little tiny calico cat that sometimes would show up at your house and you would feed it scraps, and that's kind of all you get.
Rich people scraps too.
Yep.
You see Ophelia get like an even more distant look in their eyes, and they're a haunted one, by the way, so their eyes are already kind of like sad. But like I'm spacing out and getting like, but I'm like, you see that I'm petting the cat slightly better, slightly because it's still only a 9. Cats.
You alright, goodness. Ophelia? Does that mean yes?
I think I might have been associated with them before.
Oh. Well, that's nice.
I had an acquaintance.
That's good to know.
Associated?
Yeah, like an acquaintance.
With a cat?
Yes. What would you call, like, this is my acquaintance?
Best friend?
No, they're my acquaintance. I do not have
Perfect
them.
being,
No,
god of the universe,
no,
cat.
no. I just met this cat. I don't think we're that close yet.
That doesn't mean anything.
I find you to be highly suspicious.
Okay. That's fine.
It's just okay.
That does not change who I am intrinsically.
You've got a point.
But perhaps this cat and I will become friends, and maybe even best friends in the entire universe. I do not know.
Ophelia, the cat starts vibrating as you're petting it, and you're a little confused.
Why is the cat... Did I turn on a mode? How do I turn off this mode?
No, they're purring.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah.
Where's the
They're
button?
enjoying what you're doing, so they
Okay.
purr.
Cats don't have buttons, do they?
Kind
No,
of.
Not usually.
Sometimes.
What do you mean? There are some cats that come with buttons installed and some that do not.
Well, some of them don't like it when you touch their stomachs. So I would
Okay.
call that a button.
Okay, that's good to know. I'm storing this in my brain.
Another one's
Highly
love when you touch
like
their
to
stomach.
Get onto their paws.
Highly
Pasta's stomach is a lie.
Most people I find do not like when you touch their stomach.
Well, you can touch mine. I double tap my gut.
Can you come over here? I am being preoccupied by my new acquaintance.
Oh yeah, sure. I just toddle over.
I am now double petting, double time.
I also purr.
Oh my god. You purr too?
Not always. It's a little bit of a surprise, to be honest.
Here, let me try.
I don't think it's quite as effective.
No. I'll work on it.
You don't have to. Not everything has to purr.
To this point, from over by the bar, Topher lets you know that dinner's ready, and makes a plate and brings it to the maester who's sitting there with you.
I'm the first one in line for food.
I am
Okay.
the second one in line
You-
for food.
Yeah, so you're given they're just sort of like standard pewter plates and a cup, and you're given a portion of the roast and vegetables, and you're given what looks like tea to drink, but the tea is very, very green, and there's a couple of twigs stuck in it.
I smell it.
It smells kind of like fresh cut grass. Topher sees you making a face and goes, "Don't worry, it's good, I promise."
What kind of coffee is this?
Not coffee, it's tea.
Oh, I knew that.
But it
I
smells
just
like
chug-
grass.
I just chug it.
Okay. So you get 2 hit points back, and you also get advantage on your next survival or nature roll.
Oh.
Lily gives it a quick sniff and then goes, "Oh," and has a good glug. As though
Same
she's
thing, you get
recognised what it
2
is.
You get 2 hit points back, and you gain advantage on your next survival or nature roll.
What does it taste like, though?
It tastes like you expect it to taste like it smells, and it doesn't. It has a very sort of rich, it tastes like tea, but very rich in flavor, very full. The aroma is what's kind of tripping you up. It smells like grass, but it doesn't taste like grass.
Wow. Okay. It's not bad. I feel better. It's not coffee, though.
That's in the morning.
Clearly, you've never met a caffeine addict.
There are hunters here? Yes, I have.
Well, then why don't you have coffee?
It's nighttime, and this goes better with the pot roast. And also, you all look like you got dinged up a little bit. And then looks at you, Worm, who, if you remember correctly, went down during that fight.
Yeah, but I'm totally fine now.
Did you heal all the way back up? I don't remember.
Yeah.
Did you? Okay.
Just got a little dirty from falling on the ground.
Nice.
I'm gonna like drink some more tea and then immediately shove pot roast in my mouth to see if it really does go well together.
The pot roast is very good. It like falls apart in your mouth. It's very like full in flavor. The spices are just right. And fills you up pretty well.
You are an excellent cook.
I know.
Right, okay. Great. Keep it coming.
I can second that. This is delicious. Thank you very much.
Great. I
There's
eat
there
everything
where's
in seconds.
Ham, get in here. And like you can hear as Ham comes running around the corner and like skids into the room. Sorry, I fell asleep. And gets a plate and comes and sits down. And a few minutes later, you guys are joined by Nock, who obviously doesn't eat, but sits down with you. And Miyuki goes and curls up in their lap immediately and like falls asleep. And they look like they don't have any facial expressions, but you can tell that Nock is really pleased by this.
Aww.
See? Best friend.
And like
Best friend.
gives them scritches. And pretty soon you can hear Miyuki purring. And Nock just looks really pleased by all of this.
See, I could not be Miyuki's best friend. They already have a best friend.
You can have more than one best friend.
That would defeat the purpose of having a best friend.
I don't think so. Sounds fake.
I have multiple.
No, because the best is the best. You can have like multiple high tier friends. And you must also have a worst friend. By default, if there is a ranking.
Well, that just seems silly. Why would you bother with a worst friend when you can just not have them?
No, well, I do not rank my friends, but this seems to be important that I have one.
You don't have to if you don't want one.
No, I would just prefer all my friends to be equal if I have friends.
That's fair.
Well, you certainly have friends.
I would like to make more friends. I'm hoping Ophelia looks down that maybe one day we'll all be friends instead of acquaintances.
We already are
Sure,
friends.
Oh, we are?
Friends.
I mean,
Yeah,
we did
Absolutely we are.
did kill people together, so I think
We
that
saved a
counts.
dog together. Everyone's like saying it at the same
Yeah.
time.
You can just see like Ham is sitting by Nock and like they have a piece of pot roast like sort of partway to their mouth and they're just like listening to you guys and just shake their head and keep eating.
I have friends. Ophelia, like, actually smiles a little. They don't have, like, a plate full of food. They're just smiling at their, like, empty plate. Are there chargers or just plates?
Have you
What?
ever seen Adam's Family Values?
Yes.
When Wednesday starts to smile at the camp?
Yes,
I feel like
exactly.
that's the response in general from
Yeah.
everyone.
Ophelia is a haunted one. What are you
She's
expecting?
scaring me!
Mhm.
Oh no.
Also, a charger is a stupid plate that you put under a plate.
Under a plate. Yeah.
And you're not
No,
supposed
these
to
are-
eat on the charger despite it looking like just a fancy plate. And it makes me mad, so I wanted to know.
No,
I've
they're just
absolutely used those as my plate at a buffet wedding.
Yes, because they're just other plates, and if
And
you're
they're
at a,
bigger. You could put
Yeah,
more
and-
food
Yeah.
on them.
and
Yeah.
also if you're at a buffet at a wedding, you should be able to, and it's like they have enough food, you should be able to eat all the food possible. Just like fucking Pac-Man that shit.
Everybody make me a perception check.
I'm really good at that. So
Perception check.
I
Hoppa.
love always play
Ooh.
characters for apples.
Wow.
Thanks.
Well, I don't even have perception as a skill. I still rolled an 18.
Dirty 20.
Wow.
We all rolled
We
good
see
things.
all the things.
What you got, Lily?
Yeah. 3. So 5.
Okay.
Lily
one
does
with an
not
actually
see
high
all the
wisdom.
things.
Lily definitely
So-
does not see all the things.
Race got a 22, Worm got a 20, and Ophelia got an 18. So you three, as you're, conversing and, enjoying your dinner and stuff like that, you very quietly hear the front door open again and close, but you don't see anybody. And then, but what you do notice is Topher begins making another plate. And then a few moments later, you're not really sure when they walked in the room. Like, you don't remember them walking into the room, but suddenly there is a tabaxi standing at the bar and accepting a plate of food. They have all black fur, except for one little mark on their forehead, which is white. And they turn around and see all of you there, nod, and then go back out through the front door.
Oh. Okay, bye.
Couple of seconds later, Topher goes, that's Nightshade. They don't do people. They don't talk to people. It's not really their thing.
Okay. Sure.
Lily looks round and who is Nightshade? I didn't see anyone.
There was a
Just
tabaxi here for a second. You didn't see him?
No. But I was concentrating on my food because it is delicious.
That's fair. That's a good reason to miss it.
Mm.
So
Ham, at this
are we-
point, Ham pipes up and says, Nightshade is one of the, they're kind of a local legend.
Oh.
They do all the sort of high profile jobs. Them and Scion. They're the two legends. They've been here a long time. And a lot of times they come in, you don't even know that they've been here, and they leave again.
So is it
Nightshade
a good thing that
especially
we
is
saw
very
them?
sneaky. Yes.
Hmm.
Are these people
Because
they call them legends? Would we have heard of them? Even though we've only been
roll a
here for a
history
little
check.
while?
can roll a history check if you want. Anybody can.
History.
17, the best number because K-pop.
13.
19.
Those are not K-pop numbers.
Unless I get
Oh,
advantage
I
for
am.
reasons.
I am rolling so well tonight.
Oh, Lily.
Please.
Oh no!
But no, that's a one.
Liz.
Worm, you are the only one that has heard of them. You didn't really know anything about them other than you know that there is somebody who is very good at shadow work. They're very they have a reputation of being incredibly quiet, incredibly hard to find. And they are a resident of Yamani, and that's kind of all you know about them. But you have heard of them. You honestly didn't even know that they were a tabaxi.
This explains so much.
They waved at us.
Indeed.
It's really cool.
And they're supposed to be a legend. I need to look at my weapons.
Need to what?
Look at my weapons.
Oh,
Ooh,
okay.
okay. I have a couple hand axes and a couple javelins. I start assessing my weapons at the table. I like spread them out in front of me and I'm trying to decide which one I need to name Nightshade, since they're apparently a legend.
No, it's
Okay.
gotta be one that you only have one of.
Because it's they're alone. They don't even have any acquaintances, much less a bestie.
But the sword's the only one I have one of, and it already has a name.
Well, what
Could you,
about the
like-
hand axes? You can make one Nightshade and the other Scion.
Oh.
Out of character, are there any weapons named Elise the Sneeze yet? Because they are also
no.
a legend. Oh, damn.
I also have
Weapons,
it out of
weapons,
character.
no.
Weapons, no.
Elise would be a great weapon name.
Sure. Is it Scion or Scion?
No. Scion.
Okay.
Like Scion.
Okay.
And is this person similarly sneaky? Like, they're known for similar kinds of things, or...
You can roll a history check if you want. See what you know about Scion.
Can I ride my 19 with that?
No, you can roll a new one.
Yeah.
No idea.
No!
No idea.
Okay, let's try this again.
That was the one. Fuck it, I'm using my inspiration.
Okay.
That's slightly better. I got a 12.
10. Not great.
Nope.
Not great.
Not anything that you recognize. Nightshade was always kind of like a boogeyman story, and you only just now got confirmation that it's real, so it's not unheard of that you haven't heard of this Scion.
I do have a small
over there.
knife.
Mm.
Something.
Love that you're naming your weapons after people you've either met once or never.
You,
Hmm.
I mean, you could go with,
That one's alone.
yeah, but it seems a little insulting to call something like that a Nightshade after something so legendary.
Oh, good point.
I make those
Shoot.
sometimes.
All right, I'll keep thinking.
Okay.
What if we
I'm pulling all my stuff out.
What if we get your hand axes, like, you know, not embroidered. That's not the word I need.
Engraved?
Embellished?
Engraved.
Embellished, gilded, make them real fancy like.
I mean, if you would like that done, I can most likely do that.
Oh, yeah.
I have smith's tools as well as tinkerer's tools. I am also, you could say, proficient in them.
You don't say.
I do say, that's why I said it.
Okay, Ophelia. Thank you.
If I did not say it, then I would have been quiet, and it would have been an inside thought instead of an outside thought. I just
As
like
you're all having this discussion, Topher comes around and sets down a small piece of chocolate cheesecake in front of all of you.
Ooh.
I take some of
Topher.
the candied bacon and I stick it in the middle of the
Yes.
cheesecake.
Same. I used a piece of the candied bacon as my spoon for the cheesecake, while putting more on top, like a crumble crackling situation.
Maple bacon chocolate cheesecake.
Yeah, Topher,
Yes, my dear.
marry me.
No thanks. I'm already married.
Oh, I guess that's all right then.
I do have a brother, though.
Does he
does
cook
make
too?
sense, though.
No, he's a blacksmith.
Oh,
Not interested.
I am. Swords?
Shields.
Oh,
You could use
Never
a
mind.
shield.
And he would be able to. I'm sure he would. A blacksmith would be able to sharpen things, wouldn't they?
well, I can do that. I got a whetstone in my pack.
Yeah. Fair
But that's
enough.
just for honing. That's not for like a full sharpen.
Is that right?
Generally, like
I'll
if you're
think
gonna
about
do
it,
a
Topher.
whetstone, like if you want to get typical about it, a whetstone with like one side is not gonna do it. You need like the three or four phases of stoning.
Oh.
Definitely did my fair share when I was a chef.
Who'd have thought?
Imagine that. You want a sharp knife so you don't cut your fucking fingers off.
Ophelia splits the cheesecake into enough parts for everybody else to have a little.
Oh.
Passes it over.
What? Did you even try a little bit?
Thank you, Ophelia.
I mean, I don't have to eat, and if I eat, then I have to deal with the consequences of eating, which is not different from you all, but if you had a choice not to excrete, I assume you would take that too.
No.
You've never had a really
Eating
good
is the
poop?
best thing.
I have had to poop, which is why I choose not to, because I do not need to eat. It takes me a long time to take all of this off and on.
Oh, that's fair. I just have
not-
my robes, so I just kind of like lift it up
You
and
just
go.
like pull it up right now in front of everybody, doing a Lee's. No.
Well, I mean, I do, but I've got like another
Okay.
like clothes on underneath, like underclothes.
There is no like quick release yet on the armor for that function.
You need a butt
Oh.
flap.
I do not think I would put in a flap. I think I would figure out something else. I feel like a flap would be design-wise unaesthetic.
What, like how about like a literal back door?
Why would Ophelia gets out a piece of paper and like draws like a butt shape with like screws and stuff, and then they put a literal door, like a little like, regular door with like a little handle, and they're like,
Oh no, like with hinges. The butt shape comes down so you can do
No,
whatever you gotta do.
Up. That way you're not pooping on the flap.
The flap. Oh.
You want it to go up.
I sketch it out, and I'm like, I would need to make the hinges hidden, because the last thing I would want is an enemy to take advantage of that in battle.
I don't think many people are going to be looking at your butt in the middle of a battle.
Oh no, Ophelia spaces out because I'm getting a phone call. They're thinking about butt flap.
That tracks.
It works.
Like you do.
By the time they like wake back up, it's like 50 designs for different types of butt flaps, hinges, like
Yeah, like version 1,
access
version 2,
panel.
version 2.3,
Yep.
automation,
But
automatic waste disposal.
oh God. Eventually, you finish your meal and bring your plates to Topher, and he tells you, Now, tomorrow morning, I know you guys are new here, but tomorrow morning, there will be a breakfast casserole that should be just about done by the time you wake up.
I do love a casserole. What's the matter, Reese?
Nothing. I'm just thinking about how I only transfer 4 hours.
What?
He kind of looks at you, realizes what is going on in your head, and goes, just, make sure you take it out of the stove when she wakes up, and then points at Worm.
Okay.
That's awfully presumptuous of you. I'll have you know.
Am I wrong?
Don't sleep very much.
Okay. Well,
It's called insomnia.
when the sun comes up, take it out of the oven, and there will be breakfast.
Again, I feel like if I were to sleep, I wouldn't be waking up right at dawn.
It doesn't
Well, I think as long as
automatically
we don't
with
take it
your
out before
sleeping
dawn.
rhythms.
No.
Too close to real life. What is sleep?
What is dawn?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
if you don't, Ham will take it out. But if you get up too early, it might not be ready.
Okay. Sounds fair.
And he goes about cleaning up the area, and about half hour later, he leaves.
I'm getting ready for bed? I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's up to you guys. So in the other room, Ham settles in, and so does Pim, who is the maester. She settles in the other room.
Is a maester like a title?
Yeah, they're like a healer. She kind of like alchemy, healing, herbalism, that sort of thing. That's just her title.
Gotcha. Like a crafts person.
Yeah, and when you guys were given the tour, you saw the greenhouse, so. But as you settle in, for the evening in the beds that you guys picked, we can take our break there if you want.
That's up to you. You're the DM.
Yeah, we can take our break.
All right, we'll be right back. Hello.
Hello.
We are
Hi.
back. And our friends,
Yep.
they're both here.
Jeez.
Honestly, that was
What
my
a joke.
favorite fucking joke in the original Aladdin movie. I say it all the time and nobody gets it.
No.
We do because we all say
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I know. I mean, in my real life.
Oh,
My real
this is
life.
your real life. What are you talking about?
I know,
Well,
I know,
No,
I
no,
know.
no. You've got that the wrong way around. This is real life.
Mhm.
Mm, yes. The work that I do and the house
Yeah.
and my family,
That's
definitely not
that's
real.
work.
Yeah.
That's work, and then that's family. This is real life.
Mm,
That's how that works.
of course.
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't have a social life outside of you weirdos, so you know.
I don't really either, so.
No.
Well, no, I've got a couple of friends
Ye-
that I play games with and stuff, but I don't leave the house much.
Rude.
I hang out with my mom's friends in real life.
I was gonna say my social life is everybody that I'm related to. Does that count?
There's
I,
nothing wrong with that.
I have other internet acquaintances, again, not friends, because I don't have other friends, but I do have like other circles I run in. Except I don't run because I'm a nerd. And
Same.
not one of those nerds who run. The nerds who run, they get it. But I'm not one of those nerds.
What do they get?
It.
What's it?
The nookie.
Did they do it all for
Oh.
the nookie?
They do it all. No, I think they do it a lot of times for their own self-esteem and health.
Oh,
But some of them probably do it for
gross.
the
Yes.
Anyways, so you've all sort of finished dinner and settled in for the evening. Is there anything you'd like to do before you sleep?
I think I'd like Lily would go back to have another look at the board to see what we might want to do next day.
Sure. Where did I just put that? Oh, there it is. Okay, so.
Hey, thank you.
You see, I did the thing. I took the notice that you guys did off the board because I was being fancy and made a board in Canva that I could take all of the shit off of and change it out
Pretty fancy.
because I have no life right now. So, but anyways, this is what's still on the board. If there's anything that you can see that you would like to do, possibly, if you're looking for like degree of difficulty, as I said before, the one that is looking for Declan is probably the hardest on the board. Everything else is pretty on par with each other.
Okay.
Strawberry.
I'm not trying to kill you guys yet.
Question.
Mhm.
Why are you trying to kill us eventually? Is there a contingency plan against all of us?
You don't know.
That's why I'm asking you, because I do not know.
I mean, I'm not trying to kill you, but if you like, I don't know, jump in a fucking volcano,
Is this
That
all
might
Is that
do
on
the
the board?
trick.
The time that Charles Xavier sent like
No.
an X-Men team to the volcano and they all died, and he's like, "No, it didn't happen."
there is a volcano not that far away.
Oh no, he's Charles Xavier with hair.
And technically speaking, you're like, if you go east instead of west, and you sail around, the planet, you would end up on the opposite side of the map, and Dinosaur Island is like a 20-day trip away.
West. Let's go west.
Yeah, you go west. That's if you go by boat.
Let's go to dinosaurs at level 1.
Yes.
So that'll be great.
What
We've
could go
got
wrong?
20 days to level. It's fine.
One level per
we'll
day.
level at sea. Gosh.
DM
This suddenly
It's
becomes
just like
a seafaring
fishing.
campaign.
It's just absolutely
Constant fishing.
unhinged. Run away on a boat.
DM Satan, figure out how
You're here for the grind.
level up 1 level per day.
You're here for the grind.
That's right.
So how many adventurers have died? Like, is there just like a graveyard out back, or where do you put them?
Who are you asking this?
To the big boss.
Amari?
Yeah, wasn't he talking to us just now? Who was talking to us?
No, that was Topher, the chef, right before he left.
I asked Topher then, like, so what do you do with the bodies?
Topher's left now.
Yeah, he made dinner and told you about breakfast, and then he left.
No, who are we
Left.
talking to then about you don't have a contingency plan, or was that out of character, Moose?
Oh, I thought that was out of character.
I
So
thought that was
You were
character.
talking to. I
That's-
thought you were talking to Artemis.
No, I redact all of that. Redaction.
And this is why you use out of character moves. Just in case.
But how do you do that as the DM too?
yeah, I do.
Yeah, I've done it.
Yeah.
We've even got Jared doing it a little bit now.
This is why I use silly voices.
Oh, do you know? Can I just make a quick out of character tangent, real quick? I was talking to Link
Sure.
and I figured out I figured out I can do one more voice, and I said I would show up and without context just change Ophelia's voice. That's not really- I can do a Mickey Mouse impression.
Wow.
That's pretty good, actually.
Oh, but I just talk like this because this would make total sense for Ophelia.
Don't forget the.
And I would not get kicked out. Like it's like you'd just be immediately mad.
I always said that I wouldn't necessarily kick anybody out, but I might kick you out for that.
Really, just if I talked like this the entire time, that's the character. Hey Artemis, you lost the game. Oh. Anyways, back to our regular scheduled program. Before I get kicked out.
Someone clip that so we can put it in the reel later.
Is it
Please.
better or worse than the Toad voice, by the way, real quick?
Better.
Well, we can understand this one, so there's
Oh, the
that.
Toad voice
Yeah.
doesn't it cut out?
Yeah, it doesn't max
Yeah, it
out
cuts
You
your.
do it quietly, you have to yell to do the Toad voice, or at least I do. So now I can do Mickey Mouse, Toad, Batman, which is just low pitched Toad, and Marge Simpson, which is just slow Toad. It's the truth. Try it at home, not in front of others because they don't like it.
Jeez.
Anyways, Lily, you're looking at the board. What are you doing? What are the rest of you doing?
I don't know.
I'm looking for a stash of that cheesecake.
Make an investigation check.
I am not good at investigating. 8.
You're not sure where he put it.
Oh, that bitch.
Ah, shoot.
Ah, shoot, eh?
All right, Lily, you're looking at the notice board. What are
I'm
you looking for?
at the board, and after a while, I take the potion tester wanted sign off the board and go back into the other room with all the others.
You go to like remove that from the board, and it doesn't come off the board.
Oh, okay.
What?
It's like you can't really tell, but it's like attached somehow to the board.
Okay. That kind kind of makes sense, I suppose. Okay, after trying a couple of times and figuring out that this wasn't going to work, Lily just goes into the other room and says, I've been looking at the board. How do we feel about doing some potion testing for the Maester Pym?
I believe that I would be efficient at testing potions. If you were to examine me on an analytical level, you could say I have advantages on death saving throws and being poisoned and being diseased. And I also am immune to magical sleep and poison. Well, resistant to poison, but I am immune to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
That is only magical.
So then, would
The
you
others
know if
feel
it
that
was
would let
bad?
us.
What?
Would you know if it was bad?
Maybe not, but I mean, would you prefer to be poisoned?
I can take it.
That is not the answer that I was expecting.
Well, I think I'm fairly sure that Pym wouldn't be asking us to take poison and give us. I think the notice board, if I remember rightly, says something like she wants incited feedback on the potion's effects. Well, I don't think that's, if you're going to poison somebody, you don't want them to be providing you with incited feedback.
I believe that would be.
You're just going to poison them.
It would be an unintended side effect, like how if I mess up on the cold and hot pocket, that it would explode. It is not the intended purpose, but it has happened.
Yes, I'll give you that. It could be an unforeseen effect.
I heard.
But I still think that she'd probably be fairly confident that that wasn't going to happen before she started asking for living, breathing
whole prank at
testers.
one time that somebody told me about where people were handing out potions made with mushrooms that turn people into cabbages.
What?
Ooh,
On
that doesn't
purpose?
sound nice.
Well, I think the result was found on.
Ram, you've heard this story in your youth, there, Worm.
Oh yeah, there was my aunties and my grunkles. They came across some mushrooms and potions that made things real weird.
Like people into cabbages.
Yeah. Or just at one point it made my auntie grow hair.
Oh.
And look really beautiful at one point.
But wasn't she already beautiful because she was herself?
I mean, yes, but like unnaturally beautiful.
Oh. So blinks.
Well, I was thinking perhaps we could go and see the Maester tomorrow.
That makes sense.
You mean today?
Sure.
We just woke up.
Oh, we haven't gone.
Well, it's nighttime right now.
Yet.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought we'd gone to sleep, and then
No, it's like right after dinner.
And there was no cheesecake. Bullshit.
You just couldn't find where he put it. That's all.
Ophelia is spending forever taking off all their armor as this is happening, and we're talking just like armor piece after armor piece after armor piece. So it goes on really easily with the tap function, but it does not retract yet. I'll get to that part.
Do you need help?
Yeah, could you get like I like hand you like my like gauntlet on my one hand. I'm like, once I take the other gauntlet, it's harder to get this one off. Can you just like yank it? Also, do not press this part, you will blast yourself.
Why did you have to tell me that?
Why would you want to get blasted?
I have this thing where I don't like being told what to do.
Okay, if you would like to blast yourself, I am giving you the option, but I will say it does hurt and it is painful.
Okay, I won't blast myself, but let's see if I can help you get this thing off.
Yes, you have my full permission to blast yourself. I am not stopping you. Is this working? Do you feel better?
I don't know how I feel. I'm a little conflicted again.
Okay, what if I told you, hey, if you blast yourself, there are no benefits that I can think of to lie to you about. So, I don't know if this is working. I think I'm making it worse. Here you go.
I don't know if you are or not. I'm a little confused. But,
Just don't-
okay.
I have no opinion on whether you press the button or not.
I grab pinky and thumb and try to pull off the gauntlet.
My entire arm falls off. I am now an Athelstan. Just kidding.
I'm watching to see if my friend blows up.
I am now the Winter Soldier. You activated me by pulling my arm off.
Quick, do the list.
The Dora Milaje made it look so easy. She just like finger gunned his shoulder and it fell off. This is a lot harder.
Oh my god.
Also, your closed captions aren't on, Maggie.
What do you mean? Why? Why? Why?
You finished
helping
upstairs
and do shit, and I must have closed it by accident.
Sorry.
No.
You finish helping Ophelia get their armor off and then settle in for the night. Any last things before you go to bed?
Oh,
No,
I
me.
didn't think about
Give you
it.
your
Lily.
long rest.
What's
I
Lily
think-
doing? Oh,
I'm
you're not
good.
doing anything.
Lily's going to bed now.
Okay. So y'all hop into bed, settle in for the night. As soon as I figure out where the stupid thing went. There it is. Come on, do the thing. Rest. Do the correct one. There we go.
Yay,
did the thing.
I have spells again.
I did the thing.
Yay!
right. But
Time to chaos
as
bolt.
the
First long rest of the new campaign.
woo,
Yeah.
and you didn't blow up. But Worm, as you're sleeping,
Oh,
Uh-oh.
I don't like
Thunderstorm
that.
has Thunderstorm has kind of been rolling through all day, and when it ends, you find yourself sort of falling into a uneasy sleep. You sleep better when it's raining out, and as you begin to dream, you find yourself in a very long stone hallway, one that is not unfamiliar to you. You grew up within these halls. And you, as you dream, you realize you must be young in this dream, maybe 5 or so. And you can hear your feet on the stone as you walk. And ahead of you is your father's study. And as you are walking down this hallway, a breeze sort of goes past you. And it's almost like there's like words on the breeze, but you can't make them out. It's very strange. They're sort of muffled. But it seems to be drawing you down this hallway to this door. And as you walk, you have your little doll clutched in your arms. And again, that breeze blows past you and to this door. As you approach, you reach up and you push the door open, and the whispers pick up even more when you open the door. And you know it's late and everybody else is asleep. And you don't expect to see anybody in here, and you look around, and you've been in your father's office before. It's not like he keeps it locked or anything. And you look around, and there's a big like silk tapestry against one wall that has the it kind of has like the cosmos on it. Like there's stars and you see what looks to be land and then maybe water, and it's very pretty, very beautifully designed. But there's a faint glow from underneath it where you can see where it like meets the floor. There's a very faint glow. Do you approach it?
Sure.
Okay. So you reach up and your little hand kind of moves it aside, and when you move it over, it kind of slides out of the way like it's on like a curtain rod or something. And there's a door behind it. The door's closed and it's covered in intricate scrolling and runes that you can't read, but they glow faintly. Sort of a yellow gold color. And you can feel the door sort of humming, and you feel it like in your chest. You can feel it humming, and as you reach up to touch it, you hear something shout behind you and pull you back, and you wake up in your bed.
Thinking back on the engravings on the door, am I able to like jot them down?
What languages do you speak?
A lot.
But you didn't when you were 5, so.
No, I know. Common, Draconic, Giant, Infernal, Primordial.
These are, you recognize some of the runes as primordial. And those, like, not every single one is primordial. Some of them are in a language you don't know and you don't recognize. But the ones that are in primordial, you're able to like scribble down.
Okay. I'll try to like eyeball the shapes of the ones that I don't know.
Okay.
Just to kind of like keep the consistency of like whatever it was, like however it was presented.
Okay. Just roll a straight intelligence check.
I'm so smart, guys.
Can you roll a gay intelligence check, actually?
16.
16? That's not bad. Not bad, considering that you were dreaming of a time when you were very small. You managed to get some of the runes down. Like you don't recognize them. They don't make any sense to you. But the ones that are in primordial that you do recognize, one of them stands for, like it literally means the word door. And then one of them means other. And then you also recognize one that like, it means symbol, you think. It's a little weird. But it's written in a way that would be like a name or a proper noun or something. But it's like the word symbol. But those are the only ones you recognize.
Probably just my brother. He always labeled everything.
He's that kind of autistic. Okay, got it.
Labels everywhere. When I was a baby, he put a label on my forehead.
But you wake up and you're in the same room with everybody else, and you see that, like, you're pretty sure Ophelia didn't go to sleep, and Race is awake because they only meditate for a few hours. Lily is also kind of in the same situation. The only one you don't see is Rue.
Was I snoring?
No.
Were you?
Oh, okay. That's good.
Cedar said, "Baby sister, do not lose."
No, I recommend losing baby sisters.
I like my baby sister.
I am the baby sister.
Bye, Liz.
Liz Liz disappears like into the ether. Liz was an illusion this whole time.
Oh gosh.
It was
Is that
actually
a real weird dream? I blame the cheesecake.
Hmm.
What was the dream about? Was it about a giant cheesecake chasing you? I hear that's a common one.
I've never been chased by a cheesecake, but I don't think I'd run from a cheesecake either.
Would you run towards the cheesecake?
Yes.
Maybe that's what cheesecakes dream of. Electric sheep or being chased.
What?
It's
Breakfast
a,
casserole.
At this
They run
point,
into
yeah, I
the
was going to
next
say, at
room.
this point, you smell breakfast casserole.
I'm taking it out of the oven.
Okay. So you take it out, and it's got like eggs and sausage and bacon and cheese, and like it looks amazing and smells amazing. And there's coffee.
Coffee. Oh, I can't wait.
Casserole and coffee.
I'm taking the casserole out, but I'm just staring at it like I probably should wait for people to come in here, but I don't want to.
Aye. They know where
So
it
I'm
is.
just looking at it.
I scoop myself a plate.
A scoop
Okay,
plate.
yeah. And you guys remember Amari saying that that Topher's only here for lunch and dinner. So
Oh, so we don't have to wait for him.
yeah,
In that case, I
you get some breakfast casserole.
definitely get some
Okay.
breakfast casserole and some coffee.
Okay, yeah. It's good. It's very good. It's like gooey, cheesy, like the bottom is like buttered croissant rolls that have been like flattened out, and there's eggs and sausage and bacon, and it's covered in cheese, and it's just amazing.
I made a copycat Cracker Barrel casserole this week and it was not good. And then I realized the ratio was off probably because it was 20 ounces of hash browns to 16 ounces of sour cream.
That sounds pretty good to me.
Okay.
Sour cream is
Tell
too
you.
spicy for me.
You have your breakfast, and as you're eating your breakfast, Ham comes in and Nock sits down. A few minutes later, Pim comes in as well, gets some breakfast, sits down, and she's got Miyuki with her. And Miyuki again goes and like just curls up in Nock's lap, and Nock is again super excited about this. Like Nock is basically like just like shaking real slightly with happiness as they like pet Miyuki.
Just like rattling metal noises.
Cute.
Yes. like a nut and bolt in a coffee can.
Yeah. So, what are y'all getting up to today?
We've got a bounty we gotta go catch. So that's where we're headed off. We'll be gone for a couple of days.
Oh no.
We're in and out a lot.
Are there other parties that stay here? Live here?
Yeah, besides the two of us. Yeah, there's lots of people that live here. There is. He kind of thinks, and like, you know, he shoves a fork full of the breakfast casserole in his mouth, and like it's just like in his cheek as he's kind of thinking about who's all there, and he tells you that well, there's a real tall fellow, an orc. His name is Jomath. He's in and out of here a lot. He likes to take on the more physical jobs. He's a big beefy kind of guy. It's Xomath. And then there's Basil. He's a real sneaky type. He's a bit taller than me, but not much. Very, very sneaky. And then there's and he kind of thinks for a minute. There's an elf, a female elf named Shoreth. She's real smart, real book smart. She studies up at the Academy of Stars. And for those of you who've been here for a little bit, and like even like Race and Worm, you would know that the Academy of Stars is the like wizard academy up on the top of the hill up near where the castle is. It's a combination like wizard academy, bard school, magic, sort of like a place to go and learn magic.
Do you know her schedule and when she might be back next?
No idea. She gets lost in that library up there for days.
Oh.
That is good to know.
Well, shouldn't someone try to find her?
Well, she'll turn up when she's ready.
No, I think it would be a good idea to try to find her before we go on our mission today.
Why?
Ophelia doesn't answer.
There's also...
Hey, why?
He sounds very nice.
Oh.
She's actually kind of cranky.
He sounds...
Especially early in the morning.
Maybe we should look for her later then.
What if we bring her coffee and bacon?
Are you...
She doesn't eat bacon.
What?
She doesn't eat bacon?
No.
Not much in common.
She's a vegetarian.
Ew.
Oh, what?
She only eats vegetables. Or maybe some fruit.
Well, she could also...
Yeah, fruit.
She could also eat grains, or if she is a pescatarian, she could eat fish.
But fish is meat.
No, the pescatarian is somebody who eats fish because some do not consider fish meat.
That just seems like they just want to eat fish, but they don't want to eat red meat.
No, but they also do not eat white meat.
But fish is white meat.
Well, chicken is white meat. So are pork. So are pork, yes. That's
So
what
are
it-
pork. That is
was
the name of
Max.
the episode. So are pork.
No, Ophelia would say so is pork.
I'm so confused.
They also eat fungi, which is technically not a fruit or a vegetable. It is a common meat substitute.
Well, no wonder she's
I've
cranky.
never
Her blood
seen
sugar's in
her-
the toilet.
I've never seen her eat fish.
Huh.
Okay.
I have never really seen her eat much, but she only eats fruits and vegetables as far as I know.
Does she eat eggs or cheese products?
Not that I've ever seen, but we don't really hang out.
Oh, so she doesn't like come up to you and say, "I'm a vegan."
No.
Oh, all right. That's good.
Note to self, do not talk to her about veganism unless she directs the conversation to veganism, but then admit that you don't eat, which might make things awkward, but Ophelia's just muttering to themselves.
Don't worry. If she is a vegan,
Anyways.
she'll let you know.
There's a human female named Torma, and she travels around with a traveling troupe and does work here when she's in town. She's probably, well, actually, and he kind of thinks for a minute, she should be back to town in the next week or so.
Hmm.
She's sort of player folk.
Layer folk?
Like a bard.
Oh.
But she's a real fancy kind of bard.
What's that mean?
She's very good at like changing what she looks like.
Oh.
Oh.
Out of character, you get that she's a glamour bard.
Does she also like books?
I don't know. I've never asked.
I heard
And
a story about a bard who traveled throughout the universe, and he apparently hung out with somebody who slayed every dragon from their universe. And also a person who liked to yell a lot, but they said smart things, so the yelling was warranted.
Okay, I don't think I know this story.
Can you imagine the power this person must have wielded to slay every dragon?
I mean, it'd have to be.
I wonder what role the glamour bar took. I assume that the person shouting orders was the leader, and the slayer of all dragons was the powerhouse, and the bard probably just provided background music.
Sounds like quite the tall tale you've got yourself there.
I heard it at a pub because I listen when I'm there because
That explains a lot.
Hey, check out here, the old videos.
Some of you saw Nightshade last night. She's in and out of here all the time. More than likely, you won't see her unless she wants to be seen. But she's definitely a force to be reckoned with. I wouldn't recommend getting on her bad side.
How do you not get on the bad side of that person?
Give him fertilizer.
Like, tips on not getting on bad sides.
Are any of you maybe magic users?
Maybe.
Are any of you of the and he kind of thinks for a second, necromantic persuasion?
Oh, no.
Does it count if you might have been necromanced? By the way, this is not an admittance, this is a hypothetical.
For legal
No,
reasons,
just as
that's a
long as
joke.
you're not like. No, as long as you're not like walking around with like friend pets, you're good.
What's a friend pet? I, again, only just found out I do have, in fact, friends. And I did just meet
It's like a person who was dead, and then like you reanimate them so that they travel with you.
I look at all you now suspiciously. Am I the friend pet of the group?
No.
Okay. Ophelia just accepts that answer.
I don't think any of us reanimated you either.
No,
Insight check on each one of you.
I don't know how.
And I want to do the insight check of who else is here, NPC wise. I'm going to insight. Do I need to do individual ones, or can I just do one?
Insight everybody. Are you the necromancer that brought me back to life?
Yeah.
You can just do one like blanket one.
I mean, we all know the answer probably. It's a 6. But I really wanted to do it.
The room is difficult to read.
It normally is for Ophelia. I just thought
Also made out of wood.
If it was a nat 1 and I end up in a Gorgug from Fantasy High situation where
You
I
are
am
your
my
own
own
necromancer.
Yeah, I am my own necromancer. Okay, but yeah.
It's difficult to tell.
No, I have no friend pets. I have a pet who is an acquaintance, and I have friends.
Then you'll probably be okay.
But the magic
Nightshade
user
serves
thing
the Raven
isn't
Queen.
It's not the magic thing, right? It's just the necromantic?
Just the necromantic part.
Right.
Nightshade is a pretty devout servant of the Raven Queen.
Oh.
Sounds exhausting.
Yeah.
No
I'm
offense.
sure it can be. And then there's Scion. And
Scion.
That.
Scion is more of an enigma than anything. I don't really know a lot about him. Nobody does.
An Eggmon?
No, an enigma, like a puzzle. The things you're really bad at.
Okay.
He
Yeah.
shows up here every once in a while. Doesn't say much to anybody. Keeps to himself. Gets all of his work directly from Amari. He,
A lot of
Him and-
loners work here, eh?
well, so Nock and I here have been working together. Basil and Shorath, they usually work together. And Torma's off with her own people. And Jomath sometimes will team up with others if there's a need. But everybody's kind of on their own schedules here.
Including the library lady.
That's Shorath, yes.
Yes.
As this conversation's been going on, Lily comes into the room. Heads over towards where the bowl of the pot of breakfast casserole is, and looks inside and sort of and scrapes out the last bits that are left in the bottom of the pot because she was too late to come and get any proper breakfast.
We would have saved you some.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You want me to wake you up next time when I get up?
I think that might be a good idea. Yes, I think it might be helpful.
You
Okay.
gotta
don't
fuel your
normally sleep in,
bond,
but-
man.
Yeah, exactly.
4 hours of sleep enough for you?
No.
Oh,
Probably
okay.
use a bit more than that
Okay.
most times. Yeah, I mean, if it's necessary, I can get by on 4 hours, but
Are you a full elf or a half elf?
half.
Half elf still
Yeah, I was gonna say.
only need 4, mechanically.
No. Half elves
Oh,
sleep.
okay. Well, yeah, I can get by on 4. But, the human part of me quite likes having a life.
Oh yeah, you do. You sleep. You sleep like
Oh.
a regular.
Because I'm not used to half
Well, that's
elves.
Yeah.
I thought they
You usually
did the meditation thing too.
apparently not.
All right then.
Fine.
So we got 2 sleepers.
Mm.
3.
Well, and Rue. Rue sleeps too. Who you notice you still haven't seen.
Mm. Mm.
Weird.
I think we're just sort of used to her kind of going and coming and
Yeah.
coming and going.
Yeah, Rue just sort of turns up when they turn up.
Yeah. Well, so what job do you guys want to do?
Well,
Well,
Ophelia
we talked
sounded
about-
like. Sorry, go.
I was going to say, we talked about the potions testing last night. Is Pym still in the room?
Mm-hmm.
Or is she...
Yeah, she's slowly eating her breakfast.
Mm-hmm. So we could talk to her about that. The notice says that she's the one to talk to.
Oh, you're gonna come try out some of my potions.
Yes, we thought we would, if that's all right.
Potion seller, we require your strongest potions.
Yeah, I've got a fresh batch actually. So, kind of how it works is I give you a potion, you take it with you, you use it in battle, you come back, you write a report, and let me know how it goes, and then I'll pay you when you get back.
These aren't cabbage potions, are they?
She kind of thinks for a minute. They shouldn't be.
I have a question.
So you specifically want us to use them in battle?
Or, you know, if you're out on the road, it's up to you. But they're for out in the field.
If they're out in the field. Yep, I get that. That's fine. So in that case, my friends, we need to find ourselves another job as well.
Yeah.
so that we can go out and be out in the field for using the potions.
Sure.
I do have a quick question before we leave the potion cellar.
She's sitting at the table with you eating breakfast.
Are people who are resistant to poison, death saving throws, immune to magical sleep, and also have advantage on saving throws versus being diseased? Am I allowed to take them, or would that not help your experiment? Don't ask what saving throws are, by the way. It's just a thing.
I mean, you're more than welcome to take them. I just need the report.
Okay, but it won't mess up the report. I just wanted to ensure that I am being
Nope,
upfront.
your only job is to take the potion and then write down what happens.
Okay.
Don't worry, any effects are temporary. I think.
If one of you turns into the cabbage, you'll still be my friend. I will take care of you for your entire lifespan and not let people eat you. Also, worm, if you become a dirt worm, I will build you a terrarium and take care of you. I would still enjoy your presence. Love is a strong word, but I would enjoy your presence. If you were a dirt worm.
But if you say so, I guess.
We don't know what these do.
I don't think
So
it's going
far,
to turn me
nobody's
into...
turned into a worm, and nobody's turned into a cabbage in probably 4 months.
4 months.
I don't want to be a cabbage.
What would you prefer to be if you had to be some sort of vegetable? A singing
Cucumber.
What?
Cucumber.
Would you sing?
You can see, like, as you're talking about this, Pim has taken out, like, this little tiny notepad and is, like, scribbling notes.
About what vegetable I would prefer to be?
Yep.
Oh no.
You're gonna end up as Larry the fucking cucumber singing Barbara Manatee.
Barbara Manatee.
Oh my god, I still know the words to that song and the
It's a
fucking
fucking
hairbrush
song.
song.
Y'all might have grown up on like Disney. I grew up on VeggieTales. I did not have a choice.
I was too old, but like my niece was like the perfect age for VeggieTales.
So fucking the songs do kind of slap. I'm not gonna lie.
They do slap.
Silly Songs with Larry was the bomb.
Yeah.
You could be the Larry who creates silly songs. You just have to start taking levels in Bard, turn into a cucumber. So, what other mission should we do if we do not, and where we hopefully will not turn into vegetables?
Well, this may sound strange, but I have to say I was quite taken by the idea of going down and sorting out some of these rats.
Me
That
too.
sounds fine to me.
The money's quite good, I think. And it shouldn't be too difficult.
We need 100.
If there are as many of them as it says there are, then we should be able to trap them pretty easily.
And there's more gold if we reset up the traps, I believe. And as an artificer, I believe that would be something easy to do.
You gotta trap them? Oh.
If you're morally opposed, I understand.
No, I'd be better at, smashing them.
Better at squishing them?
I love how it's like, it's not a moral thing, I just want to hit them instead. Out of character.
The other thing to remember is that you have to go down in the sewers and you do not have your rogue at the moment.
Oh.
Oh,
who knows the sewers very well.
Quick question: Are the
It's
sewers
11:30, so I don't think we'll get there.
dark?
Some of them, yes.
I would expect them to be, yes.
Who had dark vision out of character?
Everyone.
I
Why?
have.
No, I'm just kidding.
Do I have dark vision?
Lily has.
Hold on.
Well, the other alternative is that since we're doing these potions for
I
Maester
know.
Pym here, we could do the other thing that she's got up on the board.
Let me see the board in my mind's eye. Speaking of which, the mind's eye is a really cool Twitch channel.
What, to get the plants?
To get the plants, yes. Siren's hair and witchweed in the caves along the coast. Ew. Okay.
Yes. Just please do not push me into the water. I am wearing a lot of metal.
That's okay. I wouldn't.
Lily, roll me a history check real quick.
A history check.
By this worm, I mean I am ambivalent. Please do not do the opposite of what I asked.
20.
Oh, nice, Liz.
Blowing it on the little stuff. Got it.
Nice.
All right. So as you're sort of looking at the board, you see the one that says Strawberry Harvest, and you know that Eretic's farm is like just outside the eastern gate. It's probably the closest to you where you are like physically. And like you've heard of the strawberries that come from this farm. They're very good strawberries.
Alternatively, strawberry picking might be quite good. Ought to be fairly harmless.
Manual labor.
But
Is
I
that
have to
the
say,
sort of-
the strawberries would be worth it afterwards.
Is that the sort of thing we need to use those potions for? Maybe we should save those for, like, the bear attacks.
You at this point, Nock signs to you. Eretic's farm has been on hold for 3 days, and no one knows why.
On hold for what?
The harvest has been on hold.
How do you hold a harvest? It's supposed to just happen.
He says, I don't know, but they haven't been able to harvest for 3 days.
Maybe the
in that case, I
strawberries are
think-
real strong and they need me to pick them.
But you also have to have a delicate hand so you don't squish them.
But then we could make jam.
That would be a lot of jam, Rays.
Yeah.
Well, what if you want to just eat them?
Well, I think you're probably not supposed to eat them all.
That sounds fake.
Right.
But But if there's I feel like we should probably go and see what's going on there. Then, if there's some sort of problem, somebody ought to go and see what's going on.
Yeah. And then maybe we do get strawberries and jam
And
for
then
it.
maybe we get strawberries and jam for it. Exactly.
You know what's really good with strawberry with jam? Bacon.
Bacon? Mmm. Can't eat bacon with strawberries.
Yes.
Okay, let's go.
You wonder if maybe you bring some strawberries back for Topher. If maybe he can make some strawberry cheesecake.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Oh, indeed.
With candied
Yes.
bacon.
Mm.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have to wait for Pym to get done with her breakfast and then follow her across the courtyard, which takes a little bit of time because she doesn't exactly move the fastest. But you walk over there, and it actually takes you like right past where the horse paddock is, and the greenhouse is attached to the side of the warehouse, and you see like she unlocks it and opens the door and lets you in, and it's warm outside already, but like inside the greenhouse it's even warmer, and it feels very sort of jungle-esque in here. There's lots of plants that none of you have ever seen before. A couple that you're pretty sure are from the Feywild, given the obnoxiously bright colors that they are. And she leads you to like a long sort of work desk that's just strewn with stuff. There's some things like the like, you know, the typical science equipment with the tubes, and it's got a little flame underneath it to keep it boiling, and she goes over and she picks up a little leather case, and she opens it up and shows you that there's a row of like different colored potions in there, and she says, "Well, you can pick whichever one you like."
Ooh.
Mm.
What different
Is there a
colors are
pink
there?
one?
There are let's see. So right now there are 2 like mustard yellow colored ones. There's a teal, a purple, a like bubble gum pink one.
Katie takes that one.
Okay. There is one that is like the color of lime jello. There is and then there's 2 blue ones.
Mm. I'll take the lime jello one.
Okay.
Could being an artificer, I know I'm not an alchemist, but I would know vaguely about alchemy. Could I make like a medicine check, or I don't know what kind of check it would be, investigation, to see what I think would be the least detrimental?
I would say either medicine or nature.
Okay. Daddy needs new pairs of shoes.
Notice that the travelling healer doesn't worry about any of that. She just goes straight for the one that's in her favourite colour.
21.
21. You think maybe one of the yellow ones would probably be okay?
Okay. I pick that one up for our rogue friend, and then I grab... Can I make a medicine check to think is the one that's most dangerous?
With your nature check, you think it's kind of hard to tell, but honestly, you think probably the purple one.
I would suggest not taking the purple one.
Why?
It seems the most dangerous.
Why?
I should not have said anything. I need to stop giving advice and trying to be a helpful friend. I should instead be a unhelpful friend, because it will actually secretly help my friends. You know what? I will take the purple one so that you...
No, don't take the purple one. Don't be silly. I was going to take a blue one. I was just giving you shit.
Okay. Please do not give me shit. We already talked about how I got rid of that function.
Which you could have back now that you have like 7 versions of your butt flap.
Yes, but I am prioritizing creating the food pockets first.
Oh, that is very important.
Yes. I will take... Was the teal one taken?
No.
I take the teal potion. Will these be dragged onto our sheet, or do we manually put these in out of character?
You can manually put it in if you need it, but just remember that you have a random potion. You don't know what it does.
I'm going to type to Alyssa.
You'll find out what it does when you drink it.
Mine was lime green.
Guzzle, guzzle, I'm a bad bitch, no muzzle. Starships are meant to fly.
So your recommendation
Anyways.
would be that we take this a little way down the line rather than taking it right now.
Yeah, I mean, you can, but it's not really gonna... I don't know. They're meant to be tested out in the field.
Yeah.
So
I go outside and stand in the field and chug mine.
Do you really? Okay. Look, I'm used to you doing that shit as Ram, so it wouldn't surprise me if it carried over to this character, okay?
Worm is not Ram. Worm
I
is
know.
squishy and an anxious mess.
So, Ram's
But
just
idolizes
squishy.
Ram.
Less squish, like more squishy and unable to back up, hiding the anxiety.
Okay. Okay, so you have your potions, and you're headed to the strawberry fields?
Forever.
Yes.
So, nice.
That tracks.
Very nice. Like that one.
Okay. So we're gonna fast track you there a little bit. It's Airtex Farms is very easy to find. It's a very well-known farm in the area. When you arrive, you see that there's the like farmhouse, there's a brewery attached to it, and there is also you can see the fields out there, and you would expect to see people working in these fields. There is nobody in the fields. Instead, there is what looks to be like a canopy that's been set up with a table underneath it, and you can see a bunch of people that are like gathered around it, but they look like farmers, like people who should be working the land. And when they see you approaching, a half-orc female wearing like overalls and a big straw hat kind of waves at you and, you know, motions you over to where this canopy is and says, I'm sorry, we're not open for business right now. Is there something I can help you with?
We received the notice on the board in the bunkhouse at the House of Sojourn that are looking. Apparently, this farm is looking for people to help with the strawberry harvest. We thought we'd offer our services.
That was true a couple of days ago. I'm Oscar, by the way, Oscar Din, and I am the foreman here. But the harvest is on hold right now because, and like you can tell, she's nervous. She's covered in like scratches and just looks like she's had a really bad couple of days. She's got like the beginning of like a black eye starting, and she says, yeah, the harvest is kind of on hold right now.
Why?
Well, and she kind of like turns so that you can like see the fields properly. And as you look, you can see, so there's rows and rows of strawberries. And scattered throughout them, you can see what look to be thorn bushes. And she says, those bushes showed up a couple of days ago, and every time we try to get rid of them, they attack us. We haven't been able to get rid of them. And we haven't been able to get anybody out here. Like, the Ember Brand hasn't been able to send anybody, so we've been kind of on hold.
They're just thorns, but they hit you.
Yeah, we tried to pull them out, and they hit back. And she, like, points at her black eye and shows you all the scratches on her arms.
Huh.
May I?
And then, like...
Yeah, how I go to, like, touch her hand gently and cast Cure Wounds.
Okay.
By the way, I'm using up one of my
like-
2 spell slots for this.
You see, like, you know,
That's a good
pretty much
Cure
all
Wound.
of her wounds. Pretty much
Wow.
all of her wounds heal up, and her black eye goes away, and she stands up. She says, "Oh, thank you." And then she kind of looks at all of you. She says, "You look to be adventuring sorts.
Yeah.
If you can get rid of them, we can make it worth your while."
Mm-hmm.
Strawberries,
Sure.
jam.
And we don't have any jam right now, but I do have some wine that I can give you.
Ooh.
Strawberry wine?
Strawberry wine.
There's some strawberry wine, yeah. We've also got, and she points, you can see that, so one field is like regular strawberries, and then there's another field next to it that is like, they look like strawberries, but they're blue in color. And she says, we do have winter berries as well.
I thought they were just gonna be called blue strawberries. I'm kind of sad.
Just blueberries.
Like blue raspberry. There's just blue strawberry.
Wild berry Pop-Tarts.
Ophelia actually gets.
Those are like blue and purple, aren't they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ophelia gets a piece of paper, and like Worm, if you're standing behind Ophelia, you can see her writing "bacon plant."
Amazing.
It's like there's like like those like calligraphy, like how people have like those like that girl journal, like bullet journals. Like they have like a big cursive heading that says ideas, and there's like a bunch of like ideas that she's come up with so far. It's like butt flap, hot pocket, trademarked, cold pocket, and there's no trademark next to it yet. And there's the bacon plant idea.
I mean, excuse us for a moment, and I'll like turn and kind of huddle with everybody. I mean, I could probably take on some plants, yeah? What do you think?
Yeah, probably.
I assume we
Well-
are not allowed to firebolt the plants.
Well, we don't want to kill the other, like,
Yeah, you don't
plants.
want to damage the strawberries.
Yes, and I assume we do not want to Tasha's caustic brew the plants either.
No.
Probably
I'm afraid
not, no.
I was
Okay.
just gonna kind of start ripping them out. And, then if we separate them, maybe we could burn them.
Could I look at them and do a nature check
Sure.
to try to determine their weaknesses?
And I want to cast Detect Good and Evil.
Oh,
See
no,
if there's
no.
anything magical or nasty going on.
A 6. Actually, can I use my knowledge from a past life? 2.
Sure. Go ahead and add
14.
so 14. They look like rose bushes, but they have no business being out in the middle of a field like this. You've heard of bushes that have kind of gotten up and moved around before.
Invasive species. Those are bad.
And on your, you cast Detect Good and Evil, is that what you said?
I'm going to, yes. Checking that I.
And I'm sorry, remind me what that spell does?
For the
What
duration,
exactly
which is up to
information
10
is it?
minutes, you know if there is an aberration, celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead within 30 feet of you, as well as where the creature is located. Similarly, you know if there is
None
a
of
place
those
or
things
object.
pop up on here.
Ophelia might.
Yeah, I don't know. Ophelia, did you pop up as an undead?
Yes.
Okay, then there's one
I-
undead in the area.
I pop
it's
as a
the-
fae.
Okay.
Do you? Okay.
Uh-huh.
So you got one fae, one undead, and that's it.
Okay, well, it's also similarly, you know if there is a place or object within 30 feet of you that has been magically consecrated or desecrated.
Nope.
So I would be able to tell
Am
whether
I-
there was
Am
anything
I
unpleasant
consecrated or
about.
desecrated?
No, but the rose bushes might be. The
I was
thorns
just
might
checking
They are
with
not.
Artemis.
They are
Okay.
not.
Okay, I'm glad I'm not.
Okay. I store away the information I have thus gleaned about Ophelia.
But not
Okay.
me?
Figured out that I'd already figured out that there was something fey about you.
Wrong kind of fae.
Ah, shit.
I mean, that might also be true, but
Yes,
Okay, so-
I equally store away that information as well.
okay.
Promise.
So you tell Oscar that you're gonna take care of it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As we look at the evil plants who are actually not aligned. with
And
evil.
Maggie's forehead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm having shrimp posture right now. Ophelia says, what if the reason... What's the library girl's name again?
Shorith?
Yeah, Shorith. It's not Ahsoka from Star Wars. What if Shorith is a vegetarian not because she doesn't believe in eating meat or has some sort of intolerance, but because she really hates plants? Maybe this would help me get on her good side.
I don't
Okay.
know anybody who would vehemently hate plants.
Well, maybe that's why they're her. Have you ever heard of a sworn enemy?
Yes.
Maybe her sworn enemy is plants, so she gets more powerful when she eats them.
That just sounds exhausting.
Being angry at
So-
plants or listening to me talk.
As you step out into the field while you're having this discussion, can I have everybody roll initiative, please?
Oh no.
It looked like it was gonna be 12, but it's a 6.
Oh, that was nearly a 13. 5.
Yes.
So 6. Adding my.
Not now.
Okay, so hold on a minute here. I gotta turn these guys on so you can see them. So as you step out into the field, the rose bushes sort of stand up and look at you, and you can see these like creatures that look to be made out of twigs. Race, you're gonna be up first, but it is like 1:45. I don't know if you guys want to like wait to do this next time, or you just want to do it now. Now? All right, cool.
No.
What?
The other way.
Wait.
Yes.
Wait. Okay. Yeah.
I am a tired bitch.
So we'll pick up. We'll pick up with combat there then, since
Can
everybody
someone run
rolled
me
their.
next week then?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got
Aw,
you.
bummer.
Sorry, buddy. I'm fading.
Okay.
I thought you were Affy.
That too.
I don't blame you. I'm tired too. I could sleep. Will I sleep?
Been a long week for everybody.
Yeah. So thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next week or whenever. Why did I write remind and not raid? I don't know. It's just one of those days. We're gonna go raid the Mind's Eye. He's one of our co-streamers. What?
I brought up the Mind's Eye earlier. It's like I
I
have
know.
a Mind's Eye that has ESPN or something.
He's one of our co-streamers. He's got a wonderful voice, so if you like the vocal ASMR, definitely give him a follow. He's playing D&D right now, so we will see you when we see you. Hopefully it's tomorrow for Backpacker's Guide. Otherwise, bye.
Bye. Bye.